the what's going on in the company.
What's going on inside of the programming side of it, and how detrimental it is, and why you see such shit coming out for programs, because it takes them. Like, he explained it to me one night, and he's a fucking smart guy, right? Like, and so it's hard for me to keep up with him. But he's like, look, if I broke this down to you, how these programmers have changed the language, we can't communicate anymore. It used to be a universal language, right? And now you have to learn all sorts of new code and this and that. For the purpose of what? Nobody's even going to see it. You know what I mean? Crazy.
You know what I was just thinking is maybe we should have tagged in Oliver. But he's gone. Yeah, dude.
Oliver's gone.
Yeah. All right. More chats coming
through.
Being
a fucking gremlin. You're being a gremlin, bro.
No, I was just saying. We got most of the debate out of the way, so at least that was good.
Murphy donated $69.
Thank you, Christopher. Appreciate it.
I would give my left nut to see Andrew and Crowder tag team a full panel. You're doing God's work, Brian.
I just want to let you know. You never know what the future's going to hold.
Yeah, I was. We'd love to have Crowder on the show. I think that'd be epic. All right, we have.
He might be able to maybe do a call in one day.
We'll do it.
Tone Police Patriarchy donated $69.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Very entertaining. Thank you both again. Brian, is that lovely blonde lady that usually sits behind you around?
Okay. You got to pay the sim tax.
Is ever going to be on the schedule?
Well, here's the thing. We've actually had Homath on the show. It was back in 2023, I think. He did a call-in. He doesn't show his face on camera. I'd love to have him back. It's just call-ins are difficult to begin with, but then the added complexity of, and look, he wants to keep his...
which is fine.
His privacy, totally fine. Yeah. But it does sort of complicate it. But I love his content. Yeah. His content's great.
I've talked with Homath several times on the phone. I talked with him too, yeah. Very, very, very sharp guy, right? Enjoy his company a lot, but we're going to respect the ideas that he has around his anonymous status. I think that's fair.
Thank you for that, though. You do have to pay the sim tax, though, for mentioning I think you're mentioning Felicity. So, Sancho, thank you, Sancho.
Sancho donated $69. She originally said she had a 2-hour drive back. When Brian pushed back on her travel, it switched to her people are an hour away. She was flailing for a face-saving way to GTFO.
Gee, he's right.
Well, the other thing is that so what we do is we offer to cover, in the same way that we cover your flight and hotel, we cover their flight and hotel.
Of course.
And so, but if I'd have to look at the messages.
Didn't give me a suite though, Brian. You didn't get me a fucking suite, Brian.
It's a nice hotel.
It is a nice hotel.
It's a nice hotel.
But Brian, you didn't get me a fucking...
Oh, look at this diva over here. Look at this diva over here. But let me see where it is.
You can't spring for the talent. What the... No. It is a nice hotel.
You know what, Andrew?
Plus, Jake is down here with me, and we have a big announcement coming soon. But I'm not going to say any more about it.
No, wait. What's confusing to me, though, is so when it came to the compensation for the flight and hotel, she mentioned driving. The offer was to fly her from Chicago to Santa Barbara. Why would she be staying she would have had to fly into LAX?
So the excuse was, I have family who's X away, and I wanted to go visit them. But what's the distinction in visiting them 1 hour or 2 hours away? I have no idea.
Right.
The show goes. But it's when she revealed, I know how long these go, but for some reason made the assumption that it's not going to go that long for me.
Right.
She brought a laundry list of things to talk about that she wanted to discuss. Does she think that this takes 3-4 minutes to debate these issues out?
Yeah.
We barely even got into that debate. I've been in this studio debating with one person for 9 fucking hours before.
Yep.
I don't want to hear shit about this couple hours. We barely got to nothing. The long-form debate content requires on each of these topics oftentimes a long back and forth as we deconstruct the various worldviews, reconstruct them, get the positions, understand where the person's coming from. It's not so easy. It's just there's 90 minutes and it's settled. And so Brian runs these long form, and we sometimes have 4 or 5 hour debates. And what's really funny is I'm an old man. How come these fucking 25-year-olds can't keep up with me? That's what's fucking bullshit.
Why the wage gap exists.
That's why the wage gap
That's why
exists.
the wage gap
Yeah.
exists. I make this argument on
This
the
is
show
why I
all
get
the time.
fucking hired everywhere. If I walk in with my resume, they want a fucking robotics mechanic anywhere in the United States. When I walk in, they're like, oh, it's a 12-hour shift. And I'm like, it's not 14? It's not 14?
Yeah. Hey You says, thank you, Hey You. Appreciate
Hey, you
it.
donated $69. The stats are extremely important. I'd prefer if they were on screen.
Yeah.
Remember, many of us are learning from the facts being shared, and it helps us support our arguments
Of course.
against feminism,
But-
etc.
But here,
IRL.
okay, but here's the thing, right? What happens is the reason people are so resistant to send in their studies, especially to the opponent, is because they try to use fucking studies like Yu-Gi-Oh cards, right? They're like, oh, it's Blue Eyes White Dragon study. Well, I have fucking, Brown Eyes Brown Dragon study.
Yeah.
And that negates Blue Eyes Blue Dragon study. And that's not how it's supposed to work. How it's supposed to work is that you send over, it's like a discovery, almost like court. That you say, here's what my arguments are going to be in my studies, right? You can vet those and vet the argument. I can vet yours and vet the argument. And then you can really go at it. If people did that, we could put those studies up on screen. And I could say, like, go to page, 221. Here's where you can vet that information. And Brian could pull it right up on screen, right? But just remember, not everybody's willing to do that. And so the thing is, like me as a debater, I have to be prepared for fucking everything, which is insane, and always perform at a high level, which is insane. But I would vastly prefer to be like, here's my top 3 studies and here's my arguments. Here's what forced doctrine means, this and that, and just go at it that way. But it's difficult to do, guys. It's not as easy as you think.
We have Justin Martins. Hey, thank you, Justin. Appreciate it.
Justin Martins donated $69. You should use her fee to order Big Meanie Head Andrew a pineapple pizza so we can watch him cry too.
Yeah, that would make me cry.
That would have been kind of pineapple pizza. Where is it? All right. Thank you, Justin Martins. We got Jim Walsh here. We actually already tried to get you pineapple pizza. It was not effective.
Jim Walsh, 1,162 donated $69.
Thank you, Jim.
I'd bet a year's salary she was on coke.
No,
she
I
had
don't think
destiny
so.
jaw and couldn't stop wiping her nose.
I mean, I did notice she would. I don't think she was on anything.
Wait,
but-
you noticed what?
Well, she, at least a dozen times, she'd kind of not. I didn't see anything, but like she was constantly like touching her nose like this. I don't know if that means That probably doesn't mean anything.
Well, the problem is that I'm a very beautiful man, so I was busy looking at the monitor like this.
Yes.
Actually,
was distracted.
The reason I often look at the monitor during debates, if you guys are wondering, is because I'm old and I've been shooting guns for years and years and years, and my left ear is my more dominant ear. And so I actually am, the reason I'm looking this way, and you'll see me look this way often, is because I can hear people way better.
We got Chaw. Hey, thank you, Chaw. Appreciate it.
Chaw XD donated $69. I'm a software engineer at a game company. My company is Philly with women who have never played games and hate players. I also was made to work for 3 months renaming repositories for DEI reasons.
God.
Yeah.
Just data repositories? Really? Is that what he means? Data repositories?
Is Spyro stuff related? I mean, this goes...
Well, that wasn't Spyro, though.
No, I know it wasn't Spyro, but it's kind of related to the stuff that's going on with gaming companies, for example. Is his stuff related? I mean, this goes way back to like Gamergate.
Well,
I don't know if you're familiar with
Spyro's
that,
a
but-
brilliant... he's a contractor software engineer, and he's brilliant.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to get into everybody he's contracted with. That's not my business to tell.
Right.
But he's been in with some of the larger contractors out there between every sector you can imagine, which would include like military, others, you know what I mean?
Right.
And he knows his shit.
Like defense contractors and stuff.
I'm not saying that.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Did I say that?
No.
No.
Got Crojas. Hey, thank you, Crojas.
012094 donated $69. Asian game developers don't care
W.
what feminists think.